Welcome back to The Weekend Vibe, the podcast where we talk about everything related to your favorite days of the week, weekends. I'm your host, Mark, and today I have a special guest with me, my good friend, Lily. She's someone who absolutely loves weekends, and I thought it would be fun to have a chat about what makes weekends so special, how we spend them, and maybe even some ideas for making the most of your time off. Welcome, Lily.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me. I love weekends, so I'm excited to be here and talk about it.
Let's check some key words. Weekend, the period from Friday evening to Sunday night, typically a time for rest, leisure, and activities outside of work or school. Mini vacation, a short break or period of relaxation within everyday life, similar to a small holiday. Recharge, to regain energy or strength, often through rest or relaxation. Hiking, walking in nature, typically on trails or paths, as a recreational activity. Brunch, a meal that combines breakfast and lunch, usually enjoyed leisurely during late morning or early afternoon. Spontaneity, the quality of being spontaneous, making unplanned or impulsive decisions. Hobbies, activities done regularly for pleasure during free time. Learning a new skill, the process of acquiring new abilities or knowledge outside of one's regular routine. Overscheduling, having too many planned activities, leading to stress or exhaustion. Disconnect, to stop engaging with work, technology, or responsibilities to relax or unwind. Guilt, feelings of responsibility or remorse for not being productive or for taking time off. Rest, relaxation or sleep, especially to recover strength and energy. Quality time, time spent meaningfully with loved ones, free from distractions. Unwind, to relax after a period of stress or activity. Flexibility, the ability to adapt or change plans easily, without stress. Tips, suggestions or pieces of advice aimed at improving or optimizing a situation. Enjoyable, giving pleasure or delight, fun and satisfying.
Awesome. Let's start with a simple question. What does the weekend mean to you?
For me, the weekend is like a mini vacation every week. It's when I get to relax after a busy week, catch up with friends, or just do things I enjoy. It's also a chance to recharge and prepare for the upcoming week.
That's a great point. I think a lot of people see weekends as a break from work or school, but it's also a time to do things you love. Do you have a favorite weekend activity?
Absolutely. I love going hiking or exploring new places nearby. Nature helps me clear my mind. And I also really enjoy having long brunches with my friends, just taking it slow and chatting.
That sounds wonderful. I've noticed that around the world, weekends can look pretty different. In some countries, people have Saturday and Sunday off, but in others, it's just one day. How do you usually spend your weekends?
Mostly Saturday and Sunday. Definitely. I like to keep Sundays more relaxed, maybe doing some cleaning, reading a good book, or just binge watching a series. On Saturdays, I tend to be a bit more active, like going to a park or trying out a new hobby.
Speaking of hobbies, do you think weekends are good for learning something new or starting a project?
Definitely. I always try to dedicate some time to hobbies or learning new skills. It's a relaxing way to spend time and also gives me a sense of achievement. For example, I've been trying to learn how to play the guitar on weekends.
Nice. I've been thinking of taking up cooking. Weekend mornings seem perfect for experimenting in the kitchen. Do you think planning your weekend activities is helpful, or do you prefer to keep things spontaneous?
I think a mix is best. Planning helps ensure I get to do the things I want, but leaving some room for spontaneity makes it more exciting. Sometimes the best memories happen when I decide on a whim to try something new, like visiting a different part of town or going out for ice cream.
I agree. Spontaneity can make weekends more fun. Now, in your opinion, what are some common mistakes people make when it comes to weekends?
I think one mistake is overscheduling and not leaving enough time to relax. Sometimes people try to pack every hour with activities and end up feeling more tired. Another is working or checking work emails. Sometimes it's hard to disconnect, but weekends should be about recharging.
Very true. Disconnecting from work is crucial. Do you ever feel guilty about taking time off or doing nothing on weekends?
Honestly, yes. I used to feel guilty, but I realized that rest is just as important as productivity. You can't enjoy your free time or be creative if you're burnt out. So now, I give myself permission to just relax without guilt.
That's a healthy mindset. Before we wrap up, any tips for our listeners on how to make their weekends more enjoyable?
Sure. My tips would be try something new each weekend. You never know what you might enjoy. Spend quality time with friends or family. Make sure you carve out some time for yourself, whether it's resting, meditating, or a hobby. Disconnect from technology for a bit to really unwind. Plan ahead, but stay flexible. You don't want to turn it into a stressful schedule.
Great advice, Lily. Thanks so much for joining me today and sharing your thoughts. I think our listeners will find it inspiring.
Thanks for having me, Mark. It was fun.